What's going on with Newton right now? We were doing really well, but now all of a sudden now everyone's flickering on and off again.
I do not know.
That might be on your end. I don't know. Grant just had a sound problem and refreshed. And
I just
yeah, I'm seeing people flicker in and out as well.
oh wow!
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining episode 31 of the Grey Brotherhood actual play campaign. 30 years ago, we were comrades at the West Point Wargames Club. Now we've come together again to play Adventure or Conquer a King System Imperial Imprint, or ACKS II. If you're just now joining the campaign, be sure to check the description below for a link to the Annals of the Grey Brotherhood. Anytime you need a refresher, you can just check the Annals to review everything that's gone before. We resume the adventure on the morning of 13th Genethalin 381 Imperial year. The Grey Brothers have just arrived in Saidanos, having come as passengers on barges sailing upriver from Sipharon. All right.
Well, I'm eager to reunite with Zelicus, who's probably torn up the villa in our absence.
So, Andravis, how long do you have still for rest required?
I think that was just 2 more days. So I think is it down to 10 days? Is that right, Alex, at this point? Am I doing that math right?
Yes, you're right.
Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to start doing some targeted recruiting for some specialized henchmen. And so, Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, for Grant to get 2 additional henchmen, if we were looking to commission one of them that has animal husbandry 2, what it would do is that would move a ubiquitous hire down to an uncommon hire. But if we paid the fee specifically to let the word out that we're looking for that one, it would move it back up 1 category to a common henchman. Is that how the specialized henchman recruiting works?
Let's see. Sometimes an adventurer will seek out a henchman who has a specific general proficiency. Consult the henchman availability in my market class. 2 ranks. Let's see. Yeah, pay it for a full month in order to commission the hire of a henchman. Yep. So it'll take you, you can do that. It'll take 28 days, 30 days.
Well, Grant, do we want to do that commissioning, or should we try our luck with just a regular recruiting and see who comes in the first week, the second week, the third week?
Let's go ahead and go with regular recruiting to start off with. I don't feel we have time to wait 30 days. That we have enough on our to-do list where, especially knowing that we need to tackle Taurus Dread within 6 months, that I think let's go ahead and see, what the nets bring in to start off with and go from there.
Yeah. It's always a fun one.
Yeah.
Does Willie want to recruit replacement as well for Avero?
I'm not sure. Let me think about that a little bit.
Also,
Yeah, so we're down 3. If
Yeah.
we brought in 2, that's probably prudent. We could bring in another one. Let's.
Mhm.
Well, you guys, so you have 10 days of downtime until Andrabis can adventure. So 10 days is enough. So you get half on, typically you can get about half of the available pool in the first week, and then 25% in the second week, 25% in the third week. So with 10 days, you can get maybe 30% of the available pool of henchmen if you want to put the word out. And if there's anything else you wanted to hire for.
Okay. Well, let's put the word out and see what we can get in.
There was some discussion we were having as we were on the way to Sidanos about trying to start recruiting a larger force
Of mercenaries. Yeah.
Yeah. Where do we feel like we want to go with that in the Beastmen incursion? Is this a good time to start that?
Well, to answer the question, yes. We captured 6 medium war horses from the brigands on one of our previous endeavors, and so we've been stabling those in Ciudadanos. So they're there, and we could start training for them. Now, Alex, I have a question for you, and that is, if we were to use we would kind of use the mercenary recruiting rules. And so, for instance, if we recruited light infantry, looking at the number of qualified candidates for heavy cavalry, it's about 8% of those crop would qualify for heavy cavalry. If you do the number down. And
It's like Rangers.
so then the question is like, let's say we put the word out. We're going to see how many light infantry are out there because we're members of the mercenary guild. Maybe we hold some sort of and pay some sort of additional, maybe we have some sort of tryout period. And what we could do is, could we search that crop of existing light infantry? So like make the roll for how many light infantry are available. And then if we went through and was doing some sort of evaluation, could we then hire those 8% and then pay a marshal and the costs to train them into heavy cavalry over the required period of time?
You would have to hire you need to hire the marshal first, and you wouldn't hire light infantry because light infantry have already been screened and found not worthy of being heavy infantry. So by definition, you're not going to be able to pick them up. What you would do is you would hire laborers, just able-bodied men that haven't been through military training.
Okay.
Like, in other words, let me give an example like this, right? So let's say you want to find people that can pass the special forces test. Are you more likely to find them from a crop of 18-year-olds that you recruit broadly, or are you going to more likely find them if you pick them just from 18-year-olds that are in the adjutant general's corps? And probably you're going to be better off with the random 18-year-olds because the ones that are in the adjutant general's corps by definition are the ones that didn't want to go do that other stuff or couldn't. So that's why. So you would look to hire laborers. That said, the amount of time and cost of training troops at this point in your career, you're honestly probably just better off hiring what you want.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
I mean,
Okay.
That's why your paperwork is going to get lost, man.
That's true.
You're going to get some hate mail from all the adjutant general
Yep.
people who watch this.
Listen. As a West Point dropout with a strength of 7, I am entitled to make fun of people who don't qualify for Special Forces school because I don't qualify for Special Forces school. So.
John, you'd mentioned if your marker class calculation was correct, heavy cav we can recruit 1d6 a month. If we want to be full strength in 5 months, so give us 1 month to take Turos Dread, that gives us 5 months at 1d6, and if our goal is to get a platoon of 15, we'd have to roll really lousy not to be able to just get it through that recruitment.
Yeah, we can do that too. Yeah.
So that would probably be my suggestion, is just go that route. And for anything we wanted, because I think Grant had mentioned some heavy infantry and maybe some horse archers or archers. I guess it also depends on how big our purse is. I mean, it's pretty big, but the cost of maintaining these guys adds up really.
That cost will run away from us really, really quick. Why don't we tentatively start recruiting the army when we're done with Luzuan Forest, ready to start moving south again?
Okay, so hold off on mercenaries and specialists and just look for henchmen. And you're ideally hoping you will find animal husbandry 2, is that right?
Yeah, that would, and the rationale behind that is that would give us someone in the mix that would allow us then to harvest all available special components from every class of animal, undead, fantastic creature, etc., that we may encounter.
Oh, healing 3 counts as animal husbandry 2 for those purposes, so you don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does Hayapsara have that?
She has healing 2.
Healing 2.
Okay. Yeah.
So do we want to get another healer to replace Ravilla?
Well, we have Hayapsara.
Healer, but she doesn't have healing 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that would be another deliberate, targeted recruitment, and that would be in based on the calculation that I just did for animal husbandry too. That would be still one category lower. But we could do it.
What are you trying to hire for? And are you trying to hire a level 0 character or a classed character with these proficiencies? Because it's much harder to find a classed character with animal training 2 than a level 0 guy with animal husbandry 2.
Oh,
I wouldn't think it wouldn't matter. But that's Grant. Don't let me speak for you.
Could we also, as an alternative, could we recruit? Could we hire somebody who is not a henchman, but no, they won't go into dungeons with us. Never mind.
Right.
Specialists wouldn't do dungeons. Okay, yeah, scratch that.
Look, the big thing is that let's see if we can get at least one more henchman for me, and preferably somebody with riding, so that or mounted combat, either one, so that we've got a little bit of cavalry going on while we're marching.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, and I do think we want to try to seek out someone who can help us harvest, right? So
yeah, that's the next bit, but we know that that's going to take additional time in terms of seeking that particular thing.
We can post for it now, and it may not happen on our first foray into Lusuan, but we may have it for the second.
Yeah. Right. So you're posting for an animal husbandry 2 expert, and you're commissioning that. All right.
Yes.
So that's 10 gold pieces. If you will go ahead and deduct that, and we will roll, and we'll roll for that on the 13th of next month.
Yep.
All right, and then you're also looking for just henchmen in general.
Yeah.
And also walk through what happened, how the level 0 works. Is that realistic to say we don't care about a class character if we just want someone who is willing to come along with us to help us gut the monsters after they're dead?
Are you asking me, or
I'm asking you because I don't remember that. I don't think I've seen that area in the rule book. So how does that work?
It's in the judges. It's in the judge's journal for hiring specific types of henchmen. But 0 level henchmen, by definition, will go on adventures with you. That's how they become first level henchmen.
Sure.
So it's entirely plausible to do that. So the likelihood of finding a Let's see. Yeah, so if you want 2 ranks, it's common actually. So so you have a 50% chance of finding one in Cyadanos. You'll automatically find one if you spend a month commissioning. You can automatically find somebody with animal husbandry too who wants to go on an adventure with you. But it'll take a month.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
It would be
Great.
cool to find somebody with the rioting proficiency.
Rioting?
Yes.
I'm not familiar with that proficiency.
I mean, sometimes you just need to start a riot.
I think it's under hijinks/shenanigans.
So under arson.
Okay. So then, Grant, do we want to do just a regular 0 level or a first, or your thoughts are for a first level henchman?
I mean, levels are good, but at this point, I'll take what I can get. And sometimes, we need a little frontline fodder to absorb some hits.
I totally agree.
And as callous as this sounds, if I've got a 0 level up on the front line and they don't last, the first encounter, okay, we don't have to pay them anymore.
Dude.
Dark.
Okay. Could we post for both? I mean, could we do a general posting looking for anybody, and then also do a more specified, paying out a little extra and say we're looking for a level 1 or 2 fighter or something like that?
We just have to, we pay an additional to do that targeted.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do both though, and to bring in more candidates, so we're not missing out on the other pool.
That's correct. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And we offer excellent medical.
Right.
That said, again, if you go for, I won't talk to everybody, I only want fighters, the number of people you're going to have a chance to speak to goes dramatically downward. And if you say I only want level 2 fighters, it's even rarer. So,
Right.
So it's up to you.
My suggestion is cast a wide net, see what we get.
It's your henchman. I say go with what you say.
Okay, and you guys are going to be at your villa during this time period.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So everyone other than Jonathan gets 10 days of study.
Okay.
Well, in Castinus, we'll be doing, buying and purchasing, selling, and rumor mongering.
Okay, so Castinus, you want to do rumor mongering. All right.
Also, I would like to check to see if there is, I'm not sure, we never asked if there is a masterwork Fletcher to make. Fletcher's what he makes bows, right? I know they make arrows, but do they make bows?
Yes
I don't know.
and no. Yes and no.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and do. Go ahead and roll 1d4 for the number of rumors that you were able to discover. Sean.
Is it a public roll or a public or private? Alex, a public or a private roll?
I don't think he can hear you.
Alex?
Yeah.
Sean
did you not hear
was
Sean?
asking you, but I guess you can't hear him?
No, I can't hear Sean at all.
See, suddenly there's a ton of flickering on the screen and people are dropping and coming back.
Yeah. All right. Let me. All right.
We
So
should
Sean,
make sure.
you
Yeah.
rolled a 3.
Yep.
All right. Sean, you spend the 13th rumor mongering. Castinus spends the 13th rumor mongering. And plying the inns and taverns of Cyadanos. Let's see if anything causes you issues during this process. All right. barkeep says, "You're one of them adventurers, aren't you? Is it the Grey Brotherhood?"
Yes, the same.
Yeah. So when are you going to do something about that dragon Orm? You know, the one who lives in the Maniri Mountains, where the volcano. They say its fires burn hotter than the sphere of fire. And they say it's where he was born, and only there can he be slain. You guys going to do something about that? Because he casts a shadow over all of Southern Argolay, really.
Hmm. I've not heard that story.
When was the last time the dragon was reported to be in the skies?
You're not there, Newton. This is Sean off. Sean is off rumor mongering using his class power. All right. A little bit later in the day, a harlot says, "I got family over by the Vimir marshes, and they say the marshes keep getting bigger every year. Something wicked is at work. I think it's expanding. It's getting fouler and fouler. You catch my drift?"
Interesting. I have heard that rumor before.
Okay. And then late in the day, perhaps following up on the earlier rumor, and you were asking about Orm? Yeah. Yeah, deep under the Maniri Mountains, there's this dwarven citadel. It was called Azan Cairn. Orm destroyed it during the Beastman Wars. That's where he lives now. All right. So those I put them in the chat log for you there. So there's your there's your rumors. Okay. All right. And shopping and buying. Okay. Well, I'll advance the timeline to the.
One other thought, though. Otherwise, do we want to pursue that one later? Do you want to talk to the prelate about seeing if we can get a map of if the map exists of Turos Dread or the Tower of Knowledge?
Well, yeah, and then we'll also get our mission to go into the Luzuan too and figure out what needs to be done there.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because he really wants you to take care of that, or us.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wish to go see the prelate?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, not the prelate. Do you mean the prelate or do you mean the palatine? Who do you mean?
The guy in charge of Ciudadanos.
That's the palatine.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you go and pay your respects. You have an Imperial charter. So this will be on the 14th. You go to visit the Palatine. And you have a villa, a large villa in his town, and an Imperial charter from the prefect. So he makes time to meet you in the early afternoon. And he's joined by his guard commander, Legate Lutarius Sonarix. He's Palatine Theramus Agilian. Theramus is about 47 years old, curly brown hair, tapered goatee, seems somewhat stressed and overworked. And he says, "I don't have much time. Municipal council is causing me no end of grief over my tax policies. Anyway, what can I do for you?"
We've heard of undead in the Luzuan forest. What can you tell us about it, and can we assist in destroying it?
Yeah, there's been undead wandering north. They're terrorizing hardworking farmers. Patrician Acarus Sophrenian has been the one who suffered the most. He's offering a reward of 500 gold pieces to anyone who can cleanse the sinkhole of Edel that's yielding this crop of horror. So his villa is about 6 miles southeast of here. Okay.
We also seek access to the Imperial Library for records of Imperial fortresses. along the rivers, specifically the Crizzle.
All right. He and the legate look at each other, and the legate says, "Why do you need floor plans for Imperial fortresses?"
We seek to see if there are any floor plans for Turos Dread. We know that it has been lost, and we seek to recover it for the Empire.
Legate says, "Word on the street is that the prefect has plans for that fortress. Not sure that we can just share information with you about it."
Well, then I produce the whatever it is, the grant, the land grant.
The land grant, yeah.
Yeah, produce the land grant and say, we are the ones who are designated to capture it.
Okay, so he looks at it. He shows it to the Palatine. Palatine says, "It's an old land grant, but it checks out." The Palatine says, "I'll have our archivist delve through the records to see what can be found. That fort is centuries old and it's been lost for many decades, but if we can find it, we'll give it to you."
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Anything else you guys wanted to do?
But before we advance the clock, my 7 weeks are up to pick up separately the masterwork short sword from the dwarf.
All right. Grab your masterwork short sword then from Torad Radak.
From Torad Radak. Does anyone have any other commissions they'd like him to do?
Alas, he doesn't do bows.
Bows? What kind of a half-wit dwarf do you think I am? I wouldn't touch a bow if my life depended on it. Bow. Freaking weapon of the pointy-eared.
Well, what about a silver staff?
That would be heavy, wouldn't it?
A silver staff?
Silvered at least?
Oh.
A silver shod.
Yes.
Silver shod staff, just to look awesome or to actually use in combat?
To use in combat, of course. At least the striking end.
Oh, like a silver bludgeoning weapon.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess I could probably make something, but it'll cost you a pretty penny.
Well, I might be inclined to go for that unless someone else has a more pressing need. I'm certainly open to hear what else people are thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking it will take probably 20 gold for that staff.
That's not all that pretty of a penny.
That's the cost of 2 swords for a staff.
Andravas, keep your mouth shut. I don't want to hike the price up.
25 gold then.
Oh, I think I clearly heard 20.
It was 20 until Pointy Ears over there said something.
How'd you like me to permanently lock your chest of masterwork tools?
Why would I want that?
Exactly.
Are you threatening me, Mage?
No, I think
it's a reaction roll.
I'm just curious that you go back on your word. How can we trust you to actually make a reliable weapon?
Since I didn't give my word, I just gave an initial negotiation. Give me a 4. He says, and I don't take none kindly to being threatened with some mumbo jumbo wizard stuff.
Wow.
So we're going to have to raise the price to 27 gold.
I'll cover 5 of that for you, Willie. I'll cover 5 for my opening my mouth, but you got to pay the other 22.
That's fine. That's no problem. I will crack open the coffers.
All right, let's go. The imp sneaks its head out and says, "You should be careful. My master is very powerful and very vengeful." Put him back in. What was that?
I had something bad to eat today. So
it's because you don't get enough mushrooms.
Mushrooms are just the worst.
What?
The foulest substance ever.
What? You come into my shop and you insult dwarven cuisine?
Well, I wouldn't say dwarven cuisine. I can't cook them. Oh. Maybe you can do a better job.
Of course I can do a better job. I'm a dwarf. We do everything better. All right. Out of my shop. I got work to do. Sisters. Yeah. Make you a
very good
silver toilet plunger. You keep this up.
Hey, if you want, Tyranius, I can send Griffin to go pick it up when it's ready.
Oh no.
No.
Don't be doing that. You want me to send that staff shoved up his? Never mind.
I said that after we left. I said that after we left.
I don't want that silver tarnished.
You guys didn't say you had left, Jonathan. No, I said he told you to get out of his shop.
Oh, all right.
I'd like a nice inscribed scroll work on it too. Maybe of some dwarven songs of praise and glory.
I'll throw those in for free.
Thank you. I will have someone who reads it check them.
All right, so he's going to need some time to make that. Yeah, he'll need about a week to make that.
Alex, do you have a weapon in the VTT for the Masterwork short sword?
No. So what we would do is just we would just find Castinus, and then we would go and we would just adjust your short sword to be Masterwork. Did you get +1 to hit, +1 damage, +1/+1, or what was it?
Yes, it's +1/+1.
Okay. Right. Okay. It's on your sheet now.
Got it.
At some point over the course of the week, I would like to throw another 200 gold at the temple.
Okay. So reserve XP?
Yeah.
What does that bring up your reserve XP total?
Let me do the math here. Plug it into my little sheet. 1575.
How much gold do we have?
If you have a tab in the Google Docs,
in the sheets,
you have 3,064 gold. Oh, you haven't been spending anything, dude.
He's a holy man. He's frugal.
Wow. All right. Well, I'll drop 1,000 on the temple.
Okay.
I can update your sheet, Newton.
Thank you.
All right. So guys, getting some reserve XP. Good stuff.
I think I should probably do that too. Tyranius should start to consider his options.
Okay. Very good, Tyranius. Duly noted.
Do you want me to update that for you, or do you got it?
Oh, I can get it. Maybe I'll just transfer. Yeah, I'll put 1,000 to reserve XP.
Okay. All right. So on the 16th of Genethalin, a man arrives around noon at your villa. Looking at him through the gate, you can see that he looks to be Shebbetian, black eyes, dark brown hair, He has tattooed knuckles that say hard on one hand and life on the other. He has a longbow, a quiver, spear, short sword, dagger, and scale armor with a wind-battered fur cloak. And he's holding a piece of paper that, a flyer you guys had put in the Mercenaries Guild.
Remind me, what is Sabbatean the sort of the robot equivalent to?
They're like ersatz Arabs.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the Nabateans. Oh.
All right. Higlag. Test him out.
All right.
Hold on. As he opens the door, I ask Zaydana, let loose an angelic choir.
All right, she does so, and all right, and he bows deeply, and he says, "Hello, most honored sirs. I am Suwad ibn Suwad the Shebatean. I have seen your advertisement seeking adventurers, and present myself as one such."
I look at him and say, okay, what can you do?
Says, I am an explorer, a pathfinder, a precise shooter, a tracker.
Precise shooter, you say?
Indeed.
So I take it from that you can actually hit your target even in combat.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Even I don't hit my target most of the time. I mean,
he says, if I could hit my target all of the time, you would be coming to me for employment, huh?
You make a fair point. And I point over at one of the archery targets in the yard and I say, please demonstrate your skill.
Okay, so he demonstrates his skill. The main thing you notice is that he definitely is very calm and collected and not easy to distract. And so you can understand why he would say he's a precise shooter. He doesn't seem particularly fast on the draw. And his shooting at great range is not particularly impressive, but, he knows what he's doing.
One moment and allow us to confer and discuss your potential employment. And I look at the rest of the group. What do y'all think?
As long as he worships Amanar, he's fine in my book. He's polite too. I like that.
I have no problem with another explorer.
Yeah, we can. Thumbs up here.
Yeah. He strikes me as not a level 0 pogue, so.
Yeah.
Tyrenius, your opinion, sir?
Yeah, I'm okay with bringing him on. I don't see any conflict.
I go back to him. What was his name again, Alex?
Suwad ibn Suwad.
Suwad ibn Suwad. So Ibn.
No. It's not. Don't call him Ibn. That just means son. It's Suwad.
I know. If you've ever seen 13th Warrior, you know that's the whole gag.
Okay. Okay.
So I look at it and say, Suwad, you're in.
Well, you have not yet offered me terms, sir. I would humbly request to be paid a wage equal to my skill and receive a share of the treasures. Your typical share that you provide to your employees. I am not greedy, man.
Absolutely, and I'll go ahead and out of my own pocket pay a 50 gold signing bonus.
50 gold pieces a month is just what I had in mind.
I didn't say that. I said a signing bonus. in terms of our wages, and I'll look over at Castinus.
50 suggests level 2 unless he's
Yeah, that would be a
fast
level
one.
2.
I love Alex's look.
So I mean, I would say go for it. I mean, level 2 is awesome. We can always fire him if we realize he's talking.
Yeah.
Is this face the face of untrustworthiness? No.
No, I didn't mean that. No, I'm suggesting he agree with you.
Yeah, I say go for it. That's a good one.
All right,
You're hired.
Make the recruitment roll, Grant. So,
all right.
Yeah.
What's my roll?
2d6 plus your charisma bonus plus your bribery bonus for the signing bonus.
Charisma bonus is negligible, and then so bribery bonus would be what, +1?
Yeah.
No, you gave him a month, so that would be +2.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. He says Suwa did not realize he would be working for dirty, stinking Jutlander that does not even bathe. I am offended. I thought I would work for Castinus, man of value. He storms off, gives you the finger as he goes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Well, on the positive side, I mean, it's somebody we didn't necessarily have to have. It's somebody we didn't already have. So if we're going to blow on recruitment for somebody, we can find somebody else to. Although he sounded like a so I would have enjoyed him.
Get that out of the way now.
I like Suad ibn Suad.
Well, even the angelic choir didn't win him over. Oh well.
Wow. Yeah. The dice gods did not like me.
Okay. Well, we'll advance to the next guy who shows up, and that arrives on the 18th of Genethalin.
So a different day?
Yep. A couple days later.
All right, then we can let loose another angelic choir. Why not?
Right. So, so this one is a woman. She has medium blue-gray eyes, dark brown hair, an upturned nose that makes her look kind of arrogant, well-toned legs, and she is wearing ringmail armor underneath a purple military cloak, has a round wooden shield, a spear, and a holy symbol of the winged sun. And she knocks politely on the door.
And I'll open the door and say, I am Higlac. Welcome to the Grey Brotherhood. Who are you?
She salutes you and says, I am Destria Dracon, late of the Temple of the Winged Sun, where I served as a guard. But I have been released from my duties in order that I might work as a knight errant and fight chaos within the borderlands.
Well,
I think Raymond approves already.
Raymond is always happy for someone of the faith, but I need to see that you know what you're doing with your spear and shield. And I'll take her out to the practice yard and walk her through some movements with shield and spear.
Okay. So she's not as strong as you, nor is she as swift as you.
Okay.
But she and certainly not as skilled. But she has been trained. She definitely has had professional military training, and no matter the setbacks, because you're handily beating her back, she never gives up. She just keeps on trying until you say stop.
Thumbs up from Andravis.
I like someone who has some resiliency of purpose. I look over at Castinus and get his opinion.
Tell us more of your specific skills.
She says, well, as a temple guard. I was trained to work as a sentry for long shifts. I'm difficult to surprise. Other than that, I was trained as a marshal and was tutoring the younger paladins. So if you needed someone to assist you in training infantry, I should do that.
That's the magic word for Cassius.
Irenaeus, your opinion, brother.
Yeah, I like someone who is motivated and doesn't seem willing to give up.
Okay. And I look at her and say, how do you feel about riding into combat?
She says, I fear I was not trained in riding. As a guard, I was on foot. I'm certain I could learn if given enough time.
Excellent. Well, I will go ahead and extend the invitation to join the Grey Brotherhood. Of course, you will be paid a share of any treasure and a monthly salary. And provided that you sign on, it is a 50 gold signing bonus paid from my pocket.
She says, I would like my salary to be 25 a month, please.
I'm certain that we can accommodate that.
All right.
Yep.
Just as you roll to recruit her, she says, I do have to ask, however, I heard word in one of the taverns that I frequent that, well, that the Grey Brotherhood is filled with diseased, hideous-smelling men who never bathe.
I assure you, I bathed a month ago.
No, we just bathed yesterday after that shower.
We also have dogs.
You met Ibn, who decided that he did not want to work with us, and well, I'll have to deal with him in terms of his characterization of my hygiene.
All right, so go ahead and roll. You're at +1 to hire her. -1 because of Suad bad-mouthing you to all his fellow adventurers in the Mercenary Guild. +2 for your bribe. So 2d6 +1.
Wouldn't that be +2?
+2 from the bribe, -1 from bad-mouthing.
Roger that.
Okay.
Bad rolls.
She says the fact that you would talk about threatening someone because he made a joke about your hygiene tells me you're not the right master for me. Excuse me.
Hold on. I'll stop. I'll step in because you seem to be a person of character. What temple did you serve as a sentry for?
The Temple of the Winged Sun inside on us.
Inside on us. Okay. And so you are familiar then with the chief priestess there.
Gentlemen, right?
She says, yes, of course.
And have you heard that what we have done for the temple?
What have you guys ever done for the Temple of the Imperians in Sidonus?
It was the fragment of the Tablet of Destiny.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they didn't talk about that. So she says no.
Okay. So yeah. All right. I'll think about that for a moment. All right. Well, you were released from your service because you wanted to, with the understanding that you would fight evil in the Borderlands.
That's what I said. Yes.
Yes. And there is indeed much evil. Undead, chthonic cults, and perhaps worse things that we haven't seen. Are you willing to fight these?
She looks at you and she says, with respect, Crusader, I just said I didn't think your group was the right one for me.
Very well. It would be a shame for you to miss out on the great glories.
You know, I heard that there was another group that was fighting evil up in Sipharon. What were they called? It was the hand of what was it? The hand of fate. Yeah. Oh, there was a paladin. You might check Sipharon.
I just want to pause for a sec. So Newton, you can attempt to recruit her, but you actually have to try and attempt and recruit her. You're just sort of speaking around the issue.
No. I do want to recruit her. I just wanted to kind of, put some context there.
Okay.
All right.
Like you need to say something like, "Pay no heed to my ugly friend. Work for me."
Yeah. All right. All right. I'll do so. All right. So now you're at -2 penalty, -1 because she's already refused, -1 because you've been slandered, and your charisma is +2, so you're at a 0. Are you going to offer her a signing bonus? Yeah, I'll do that.
How much?
2 months.
2 months.
So,
all right.
Yeah, so because that's 50 gold. Yeah.
So that gives you +2. So you're overall at 2d6 +2.
All right. Let's go. Let's do this. That's a little better.
8. Yeah, it's not good enough. It's try again. So you need to sweeten the deal.
All right. All right. I'll go ahead and offer. If I offer 3 months, that's +3.
No, you need to go up to a year to get +3, but you can get another roll at the same bonus if you go up to 3 months.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right. I'll do that.
So 3 months. Okay. So you're offering now 75 gold signing bonus. Okay. So roll again. Same roll, 2d6 +2. 7. All right. She feels underappreciated. And
all right.
She says, if that's your best offer, I must decline.
All right.
You might check out the Hand of Fate in Sipharon. I hear that they're led by a paladin. So
she says, I will certainly inquire into them. Then thank you. Okay. So you didn't want to try again, Newton?
Because after that, it's a year, right?
No, you just have to sweeten the deal. So you've given her 3 months as your offer. You could sweeten the deal to get another roll.
So that would be the 50, 100. That's fine. All right. And it's still at a +2.
Yep.
Serenius goes, I like this one's spirit. She's playing hard to get, but I think she might be worth our time. I'll throw in 25 gold of my own.
Okay. All right.
So on top of whatever Newton commits.
All right. Great. So what's the?
Yeah. +2. Yep.
All right.
All right. She says, fine, you've won me over. How can I say no to such a generous offer? Okay. So you now have Destria Dracon as a henchman.
Destria Dracon. All right. And she's a paladin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's a paladin. Oh, I thought she was.
She's a paladin. That's why I was like,
what did you think she
was a fighter who happened to work beyond guard.
I know. She's a paladin. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice indeed.
I'm betting
well done, Newton.
Arms too.
Now, did you guys want to buy her better armor? Because right now all she has is ring mail.
Yes.
Do we have better armor in our inventory?
Oh,
we sure do. Yeah. Report to wardrobe.
What armor do you have?
Let's see.
Oh, Jonathan, can you deduct 100 from my sheet?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We've got a Lamellar.
Okay, you want to give her Lamellar armor?
Is that the same as plate, or is that?
Nope, Lamellar is one less.
We should try to get her plate if we don't have. I mean, we want all the AC we can for our front people. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Maybe Cassius and Raymond alone should go and visit the dwarf and see him buying some plate.
So let's see. There will be one suit of plate armor available this month.
Yeah, that's good. Yep. We can then Cassius will go out and buy that.
Okay. So party equips her with plate. All right. So Torad is like, I'm not done yet. Oh, yeah, I've got some armor. Okay. Okay. Next up, so you take her out shopping and you equip her. Did you want to buy her a heavy helmet as well, or?
Yes.
Remember, now keep in mind she has alertness, so you'd be kind of neutralizing her. You'd be kind of neutralizing her alertness if you put her in a heavy helm.
Yeah, alertness is pretty pimp. I think it's worth the risk.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does make her more vulnerable to search the mortal wounds. So.
Yeah, mortal wounds. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Great. So you guys take her shopping on the 19th. And get her better armor. So she's fitted in this cool boob plate armor. It's great. Okay.
Have you added her to the PC?
No, I haven't. I haven't yet because there's a whole bunch of these guys, and I didn't know who you'd be hiring. So I'm only going to add the ones that you guys.
That's
all right.
Fair.
Yep. All right. So on the 20th, in the evening of the 20th, actually. There is a knock on the door of the villa, and you see a slender Tyrrhenian man with medium gray eyes, black hair, and thin lips. He's holding a quarterstaff, and he's wearing a blue mage's cassock and a backpack on his back.
I look at him and say, I'm Higlac. And let us discuss.
He says, thank you for having me. I am Kelsurius, lately of the Tower of Knowledge of Sipharon.
The Tower of Knowledge of Sipharon, you say?
Yes.
And why are you here?
I had certain disagreements with the management of the tower that resulted in my decision to seek a new career.
And what particular disagreement did you have with which particular manager?
It was just a misunderstanding when I borrowed someone else's wand, and then when he confronted me about it, I accidentally stabbed him in the back.
That's fun.
Was this like that borrow?
So regrettably, my studies were cut short, but I have certain other skills that might be of interest.
What skills do you have?
Well, for one thing, I'm good at stabbing people in the back.
Understood. What else?
I'm something of an alchemist, a dabbler still in the arcane. I know my way around a tower of knowledge and my way around the street. I might have picked a lock or two in my day, just the usual.
This is interesting. I think we need this guy.
I don't know.
He's a man after my own heart.
One should belong to you.
You're short of henchmen too, Willie. If you want to hire him,
Yeah.
I will nod to Willie and say to Tyrrhenius and say, Tyrrhenius, this guy seems to be more your style than mine.
Yeah, I think so. I was contemplating that the other day, but I seem to have accumulated several military henchmen, which isn't really suited for me, in the long run. Although the protection is nice, I do need to have a few more academic types to bounce ideas off of as we study.
This guy might be a thief.
Yeah.
He bows to you and he says, "You must be the great Tyrannius the Air Mage. I have heard of you through your exploits with the Grey Brotherhood."
Really? That's impressive. You have heard of me.
Yes.
What do they say about me in the Tower of Knowledge?
He kind of, now he looks down. They say a promising career has been misdirected by an evil imp.
Oh. Well.
Lies, master, lies!
Now's not the time, Zahak.
Is that the imp in question?
It may be the imp. He's an interesting little fellow, isn't he?
The paladin does not detect evil, whoever asked that. He says, "Can I pet the imp?"
That's up to Zahak. Come on out then.
Zahak rolls
to reveal yourself.
Zahak rolls on his back and gets a belly rub. Yes, I like this one, master.
All right. He's certainly ingratiating himself in our good graces, isn't he? Wonderful.
All right.
So I'll ask him a couple of complicated questions about alchemy and just kind of try to feel him out.
All right. So he is definitely quite intelligent. Probably not the most intelligent person you've ever met, but, top 5% or so. And he is not a master alchemist, you don't think, but certainly good enough that he could work as an alchemical assistant.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I have alchemy too, so I should be able to at least assess where he's at.
He seems to be about at your level of alchemy.
Oh, wonderful. Fellow academician. Just what we need.
Excellent.
And a backstabber.
Well,
only when they deserve it.
I was just about to say that. I'm sure it was well deserved.
Absolutely.
I mean, cadet borrowing means you are going to return it.
Eventually, I would have. I just needed to use it for a bit.
You had no wand of your own.
I did not.
Mm.
And honestly, I had no idea it was going to turn the guy into a butterfly.
A different guy.
You know what? We don't really need to get into my business in that much detail.
When you say backstab, did you mean that you pinned him to a mounting board like a butterfly in a display? Is that what you mean by backstab?
No.
Okay. Your story doesn't hold up.
I can demonstrate if you'd like.
No, I don't think anyone here is worthy of being backstabbed at this point. Sudan Ibn Sudan, or whatever his name was, might be a possible alternative selection.
Suad Ibn Suad. So you do know him.
Oh, you know him as well. He's been spreading rumors about us.
Yes, he said you're all a bunch of donkey fuckers.
Yes.
Oh, this guy's going down now.
Yeah, so as you can see, we have to restore our good name. So, yeah, you know what? We could certainly use someone of your skills.
All right, so roll to hire him. Yep. So
college.
What's your charisma? Do you get any bonus from charisma, Tyrannius?
I don't think I do.
Okay. All right, so you're going to be at 2d6 minus 1. If you want to offer him a signing bonus, you'll get that up to 2d6 plus 1. Okay.
And you look like a person who could use a wand and maybe some other alchemical supplies. So I will consider giving you a 50 gold signing bonus to equip yourself.
Okay, so that'll get you a plus 1.
All right.
Yeah, he says, "It would be my pleasure to serve under you, Tyrannius."
Welcome aboard.
Okay.
Serious.
All right, so Kelsirius Suramon has been hired. Hired by Tyrannius.
Awesome.
Okay. Awesome. All right. On the 21st, your silver staff is ready.
I'll go pick it up.
Okay. So
Maybe you should.
Yeah, Cassness, you pick that up.
Incidentally, the Annals of the Grey Brotherhood were done about a week ago, but we're not in town to pick them up. So next time we're in Sifferon.
Yep. All right. So, and on the after,
Alex, can I commission a +1 Masterwork short sword from the dwarf while I'm there?
like full on plus full on?
No, just +1 to hit.
+1 to hit. Yeah. So let's see. So that will take him 2 weeks.
Okay.
So that would be 7th, but he's not going to be working on the holidays, so that would be available on the 14th of Vitchum.
That's right. There's a week of partying, isn't there?
There is. Okay. On the afternoon of the 21st, you hear plop, 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 plop of horse going past the villa, and then it pulls around with kind of a neigh, and you see a man dismount. He looks to be O'Plenian. He has hazel eyes, dark brown hair, barrel-chested. He's got plate armor on and a sword at his hip, shield and lance, and chain barding on the warhorse.
This guy's getting tired.
Okay.
I opened the door for him.
And he salutes you. He's younger than you would have expected. And he says, well met, I seek the company of the Grey Siblinghood.
The Grey Brotherhood, and you found them.
Yes.
Black fans.
Yes, Grey Brotherhood, thank you. I am Uthman Bar Juba of Opalenia. My unit of heavy cavalry was sadly disbanded, and now I seek employment as an adventurer.
Well met. We're glad to have you. And, well, you definitely look the part. My question is, and I invite him to bring his mount into the practice yard and say, can you demonstrate your skill for us?
Okay. So he gets on his horse, and he clearly is a skilled rider. He's got shield in one hand, lance in the other, no stirrups, and has no trouble steering the horse with his knees. He looks to be quite strong. He's bearing the plate armor without too much difficulty, and doesn't really break a sweat during the training. So he seems to be in good shape. That said, he doesn't seem to be particularly well trained.
Okay.
So he's a good rider. You know, he knows how to use his weapons, but he doesn't seem like someone who's been in 10 battles and earned his veteranship.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So still a little wet behind the ears, but at least trained. All right. And I look at the rest of the Brotherhood, and to get their opinions. Andravas, Tacitus, Raymond, yours, and Tyrenius.
Yep.
All right. I'd like to offer you employment as well as a signing bonus paid from my own purse, 50 gold.
So, okay. So before you make your signing bonus, here's something you should know. A heavy cavalry makes 60 gold pieces a month at 0 level. Okay.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and up that to 120 gold for the signing bonus.
And what salary do you want to offer him?
Does he feel like a level 2 or a level 1?
And as I said, he doesn't seem that well trained. So
he's
you
got to
guess level 0 or level 1.
Okay.
Level 1 is 25, I think.
25.
But he's heavy cavalry.
He's showing up with his own horse, his own plate armor and everything. So he can command 60 just by going and being a mercenary and taking less risk. You could certainly offer him just the normal amount and be like, yeah, but you'll get big treasure as your share and that'll make it worth your while. Or you can offer him a little more because he's coming in with his own horse and armor. It's up to you.
Okay. I'll offer him the bonus and I'm going to go ahead and say 90 gold. For his salary since he's bringing in all of his own equipment.
Wow. Okay, so Grant, you're going to go ahead and roll to recruit him at +2.
6. 2. Managed to hit the right key.
Oh!
All right.
No, finally. Oh,
he bows deeply and he says, I, Uthman Barjuba, swear you will not regret the decision to take me into your employment, Higlak of the Jutlanders. And he rises. All right, he's got a fervent morale +1 morale bonus on his recruitment.
Fervent, finally. And now we have a heavy hitter and cavalry. Nice.
Real heavy hitter.
Okay.
And we have a marshal to train more. Well, not heavy, but you know.
On that note, Aguilar decided to take mounted combat as his other proficiency. So he has riding and mounted combat now.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Okay, great.
Wait a minute. Mounted combat is separate from riding?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
2 different proficiencies, yeah.
So now he doesn't have to worry about getting not rolling a paralysis saving throw when he's hit, and he gets a +1 for attacks.
I guess that's the next thing I'll be working on in terms of downtime training.
Mounted combat's a class, though, Newton.
What?
Mounted combat's a class skill, so you can't get it from just downtime.
Oh, got it.
That's literally the difference between the two, right? Mounted combat is a class skill that gives you +1 to hit, and you can ride horses. And then riding is general, lets you ride horses in combat, but no bonus. And then if you have both, then you can do all that crazy Hun shit, like you're riding upside down and stuff like that.
Got it. Well, I just need riding then, because I have a fighting style already, and I'm
That's
cool
correct. You just need riding.
Yeah, I just need riding. Yeah, the fighting. Yeah.
Go ahead. And speaking of which, does anybody have any suggestions what Higlak should be studying in the downtime?
I mean, you can never go wrong with like military strategy or endurance or labor or siege engineering. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alertness or combat ferocity.
Well, those are class. You can't.
Oh, he
them.
can't. Okay.
The benefit of endurance,
Right.
I mean, most of those are
Sorry.
the benefit of everything but that Alex said, except for endurance, is those are going to really help you as we get into higher levels. The benefit of endurance is, one of the benefits is you can potentially sleep in your armor. And so you wake up in the middle of the night and don't have to scramble to put your armor on, so long as you pass the roll for it.
Higlak already has endurance, so he's good there. What about, I mean, since we're asking, we're looking to hire somebody with it, what if in animal husbandry is a general skill, what if I took animal husbandry?
Probably better to hire somebody for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And be a good commander. Training commanding or something.
Okay. I think that's a class skill. I'll do
no. I was being general. I was speaking in general terms, not a specific one.
Leadership is the general skill. If you want to do leadership,
I'll do leadership then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that was an actual skill when I said it.
Yeah. I just want to make sure whatever I'm taking is what's best for the group to keep everything rolling along.
Oh, did I get a proficiency at did I get a class proficiency at 4th level?
Yeah, we told you that last time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just doing.
So I don't think I got my my class proficiency at 4th level.
You just hit 4th level, so last session.
Oh,
So you haven't
told
us what you
because my character. Yeah, my character sheet is showing 5th level for some reason.
You might have hit 5th level.
I think he did hit 5th level.
Oh, okay. So you just hit 5th level and you never picked 4th level? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because Divine Blessing is I had from the beginning.
No, Divine Blessing. And yeah, no, you did. You have Divine Blessing and Fighting Style Weapon and Shield. So you have 2 class proficiencies. So you got them.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah,
but if you're at 5th, you now get a general one, right? I think 5th is when everyone gets a general.
Yeah.
Yes, he would get a general.
Not quite as exciting, but still.
And it looks like you took. I know he took his general because he had military strategy. He has theology 2 and military strategy 2. So he's got all. One of those was from training, and so that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember that conversation.
He's got all of his. Yeah, he's got all. He's good. He's done.
I'm good. Okay. I just wanted to be sure.
Well, in that case, you need to decide what you're studying during these 10 days of downtime. Since you were working on military strategy and you took it.
I think Tyrannus was studying healing to try to keep leveling up healing.
Tyrannus studying healing.
They should be on they're somewhere on this Google Docs somewhere. I can see if I can find it.
I don't know if I changed it because I just feel like I want to keep trying to boost that up.
What are you at right now? Are you at healing 1? Or you haven't even hit that yet?
I'm healing 1 right now.
Okay.
But yeah, it's showing you're studying healing 2 is what you were working on. To unlearn a skill, a general skill, and replace it with another one, that takes 30 days. Is that correct?
Uh, 60 days.
60 days. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Jonathan, you're back in action now. So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go get hurt again. Let's go.
Well, I think the last thing before we take off is let's go to the Tower of Knowledge here and get the cloak and the arrow checked out, right?
Sure. Which cloak and which arrow do you mean?
The cloak that Tyrannus is wearing and the arrow that Andravis recovered from
it was from one of the ambushes. Yeah, it was from one of the ambushes. One of the bandit leaders had it.
Arrow of the Eagle.
Yeah, and Willie's cloak was one of the ones that a were-rat mage had, which seems to be anti-arrow in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, we've just never had it checked out.
Okay. So so then on the 23rd, before you guys depart, you go to the Tower of Knowledge. All right. So it's 40 gold pieces per item to be identified. So that's 80 gold. The Tower of Knowledge sage says, I don't think that this arrow has any magic on it at all. It just seems to be a well-made arrow. However, this cloak is definitely enchanted. It has been enchanted with a spell of shimmer. It will protect and guard whoever wears it in the same manner as the spell.
Oh, that sounds very, very helpful to know.
So that's +2 to saving throws and +2 to AC.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Stacks with armor, so it's really nice.
Good job. There you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
A little bit of protection.
Yeah.
Well, it's especially going to be good for the saving throws.
Yep. All right. So who recruited Destria? Newton did, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to drop her here for you. I couldn't find a good token of a female with a shield, so we're using a male with a shield for the time being, but I'll find one later. All right, so you can check out her stats now.
Dracon.
Yeah, Destria Dracon, yeah.
Aguilar goes, Alvaro. Oh, my mistake. That's
right.
Hello.
Her AC is 6.
Yep.
With plate armor shield.
She has Dex 8.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I just saw that. So she's a little clumsy.
Yeah, but very strong-willed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. She has she's got some pretty. Her saves are good.
Yeah, her saves are good
for first level. For first level, yeah.
Wow, I actually guessed the spelling of her name correctly. That's probably a record.
Awesome.
Although I feel like I probably got Ibn Saad correct as well. But,
Yeah. Not going to take bets on that one.
All right. So the other one you hired Usman Barjuba. So we will put him into PCs. Okay, so give me a sec to set him up for you guys. All right, so let's see. Got to find a cool image for him because he's cool. All right, there we go.
Newt, I'm going to move the Lamellar from Destria into the party stash. So remove it off her sheet because we already got her plate.
Are you able to remove it? Because I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got it.
That's so bizarre. I just don't have the little garbage cans for
When we leave a town, shall we stop off and visit the guy who's offering the 500 gold piece reward?
Yeah.
I would guess it's probably in this hex. I think it's in southeast.
Southwest or
southwest.
No. Southeast. Yes. You're correct. I'm wrong.
Yeah. What was that 500 reward for?
For destroying the sinkhole of evil in the Luzon forest.
Mm.
All right. So I haven't put Usman's equipment on yet, but he should be good to go in terms of his stats now.
How would I want to handle the AC change with that cloak?
Just manual.
That during combat manually?
No, do it as tweaks. If you go to your tweaks.
Okay.
There should be a place to manually do an AC bonus in tweaks. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, do it there. Okay, so do you guys see Usman? Oh, you don't yet because he's not visible. Hang on. So, and Usman is okay. All right, so you guys ought to be able to see Usman now.
Yep. Oh, he's level 0.
Yeah, he's level 0. Yeah.
But 17 strength and 17 wisdom. Wow, 15 con.
Yeah, this guy's a beast.
I'm a man of great will and strength, but limited experience. Okay. And the last person that you guys, I haven't put his equipment on, so you guys should go ahead and drop his equipment on. I'll drop it in the chat, and you can equip him.
He doesn't have a XP bonus yet. He has to be first level to get it. Correct.
All right, so that's Destria's equipment that I just dropped. And so you can make sure she has all of that. I don't know if she does or not. And then here is Usman's equipment.
Is somebody taking care of one of those, or want me to do one of them?
May as well.
I'll do Destria.
Okay.
Probably can pretty much borrow from Raymond for most of it.
Well, what are you doing?
Oh, loading out the equipment for her from Alex's list there.
Yeah, and I don't think she has her paladin powers, so you'll want to throw those from Heraeus as well.
I'm not sure if I know how to do those, but do what I can here.
Okay.
All right, Destria should be good to go.
Okay, so Kelsurius has now been statted out as well, if you want to take a look at him. So he is actually a thief.
Oh, wow. Kelsurius has a dex of 17, a con of 13, wisdom 13, and int 16.
I told you I'm very talented. It was a tragic misunderstanding.
I had no doubts. I know there's at least one mage in the in that Tower of Knowledge who's really asking for it.
Absolutely.
All right,
Did he roll lousy on his hit points because he has a +1? Did he roll snake eyes on his hit points because he's got 4 hit points and a con bonus of +1?
I just haven't updated his hit points.
Oh, okay.
Yet.
Okay.
All right. So
He rolled worse than me. No.
He certainly has picked up a wide variety of skills in his time at the tower.
yes, and languages too. If you take a look at the languages.
Ooh. Oh, this was a good move.
Where are languages listed under abilities?
Notes.
Notes. Oh, wow. Draconic.
Ooh.
That's going to come in very handy.
Yeah.
Should we ever deal with that dragon that we heard the rumor about just now?
Not today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got Kelsurius. I've got Kelsurius statted out. He doesn't have his equipment, but he has everything else. So you guys should be able to see him, and I'll drop his equipment here. His equipment is hilarious. Let me just drop it in chat. Okay.
Alex, as you were describing him, I thought he might have been like a mountebank or something like that. When
he's the failed apprentice template for the thief.
failed apprentice, yeah.
Yeah.
Willie, are you building Kelsurius's inventory?
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
Okay.
Okay, so it is now then the 24th of Genethalan. So if you wanted to head out to try and check the Lusawan, you have basically 4 days until the holidays.
I think we should go as quick as we can.
Yep. Time's a ticking.
All right.
If we miss the holiday, we'll just throw a party of our own and,
Okay, it is a hot, sun-baked day, 91 degrees, clear skies. The sun is like a fire in the sky. It's the last warm days before winter begins to cool things off. And you head out. So you wanted to begin by going to visit the estate of the Sophrenian estates to speak to Patrician Acarus. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so those are to the southeast. And all right, you arrive there uneventfully. The estate is a traditional Aran style estate with whitewashed white walls, red shingled roof, 2 stories, interior courtyard with garden surrounded by the farms of the various serfs and villeins that work for him, indentured servants, etc. And a man armed and equipped as a legionary is standing guard at the door as you approach. He seems wary, and in fact, kind of everyone seems on their watch, more or less.
We approach him and say, "Well met, Sir Knight. We come seeking the master."
He nods and he says, "Who may I say is coming to see him?"
"It is the Grey Brotherhood, come to seek his mission for destroying undead."
Okay, so he nods and escorts you into a waiting room, and a servant appears and brings you guys some posca, which is sort of a watered vinegar with honey. That's kind of like the equivalent of a Coca-Cola in the American Empire. And she says, "If there's anything else you need while you wait, please let me know." And then goes and stands in the corner at your disposal. A few minutes tick by, and then the legionary comes forward and he says, "The patrician will see you now." And he brings you into his meeting room, where he's seated on one of those cool chairs that you get to sit on if you're a cool Roman patrician. And he's got his toga on, and he says, "Well met, Grey Brotherhood. Your reputation precedes you."
"Dominus, we come to answer your call to rid the Luzuan of undead."
He says, "I am very grateful for it. It's been a constant nuisance, and more than a few peasants have died."
"What can you tell us? Where can we find it? What can you do to help us discover the source?"
He says, "I believe we have some sense of where the source is, in fact." And he says, "How familiar are you with the Luzuan forest?"
"Not."
"We have a map."
So the Luzuan lies
we have a general map.
The coastal valley between the Meerman and Chrysaor rivers. It takes its name from the stands of silver birch that grow throughout the valley. It's also rich with cedar, oak, and yew. It was reputed to have been one of the most beautiful forests in southern Argyle when the elves ruled this land. But although I try and patrol the roads, as do my other patrician allies, the forest itself is quite overgrown and dangerous now. We think the undead must be coming from someplace not too deep into the forest, certainly a day's march or less. We think there must be a sinkhole of evil somewhere there.
Are the undead probably
more than
on the
6 to 10 miles from your homestead here?
He says perhaps as many as 12, but I wouldn't think more than that.
Other sightings of the undead more along
Do you have any
road to the north
that would be willing to accompany us? A guide, perhaps.
He sort of, you both talked, and so he looks at Raymond and he says, they have come from the southeast mostly. They don't usually get as far as the road to the north. Sometimes they do, but mostly to the southeast. And then he turns to you and he says, "Castanex, none of my men will go into that forest, I fear."
Very well.
What kind of undead have been seen?
Mostly zombies, the Walking Dead, animated corpses.
Anything else?
I mean, you hear rumors and such, flesh-eating ghouls, incorporeal spirits. How much of it is myth, how much of it is real, I can't say. But I do know that the zombies are real.
Okay. We shall return here when we have proof of the destruction or further information.
He says, I wish you the blessings of Aminar on this. And I'm pleased to see that you've brought so many holy warriors from the Temple of the Winged Sun. Oh, and we just lost Sean.
Testinus.
Man, this is freaking impossible. Okay, so, all right, there he's back.
Yeah.
Well, so that only took you guys basically an hour to get there. So what do you want to do?
Into the forest.
So let's get this on, yeah.
Would land surveying help locate?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So let's go in land survey.
Okay.
Would be my recommendation.
Yep, I like it.
So it looks like there's probably 6 hexes if it's within 12 miles of where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's in the forest. Yeah.
And I would guess since they're attacking to the north, it's probably on the northern part of that. So probably one of those 3 northern ones would be my guess.
He said they're coming from the southeast and that they don't usually get to the road.
Okay. Yeah, those 3.
But I mean, we've heard troubles along the northern border of the forest as opposed to any on the. Well, we haven't gone on the eastern side, but so it seems
Western
more
side.
probable. Western side, yeah, I did it next time. So I would say probably one of those 3 is where we should start. Would be my recommendation.
All right. Well, so pick a hex. I've taken it off. So where do you want to go?
Maybe here, you think?
Yep, that's a good one.
Okay. All right. So you guys head into the forest. At this point, I need to make some interesting rolls to see if you get lost.
Yay for pathfinding and navigating, hopefully.
All right. So you guys have both navigation and pathfinding?
Yeah, Sean has both, and I've got one.
Jeez. Okay.
Oh, and we got Scavenus, who has at least one as well.
Can you look up what Scavenus has for me?
I'll let you know.
He has pathfinding.
Does he have anything else that might be relevant, is what I'm asking.
Oh.
No, he's only got pathfinding.
I don't think his 2 skills are precise shooting and trapping.
Tracking.
Yep.
Or
Trapping.
Trapping.
Oh, but I think I have tracking. I believe that's what I trained already. I'll check. Yes, I have tracking.
You have tracking. Okay. Got it. All right. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. So let's see what happens here. Okay. So you have no problem plunging into the forest. You feel like you've maintained a steady southeasterly clip. You've traveled about 6 miles from the patrician's estate, about 3 miles into the forest. Do you wish to press on deeper into the forest, or do you want to stop and begin to explore the area you're in?
I'm up for beginning surveying here, but I'm not stuck on that.
Yep.
Might be wise to leave ourselves a known retreat.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's survey this.
Yep. I agree. Yep.
Okay. All right. So
We can also ask the henchmen that have the quest if they feel like we're getting closer. Griffin and Aguilar, right?
Yeah.
the 2 low charisma guys.
That's hilarious. We actually sided in this decision between all the henchmen. We sided with the 2 guys with no charisma. It's like,
Okay, so are you guys on foot or horses in the forest?
We don't have enough horses for everyone, so we'll be on foot.
yeah, I want to be on foot because a surprise in the forest and knocked off my horse does not sound like a good way to start.
We've got the mule train with us.
Okay. Oh, you have a mule train with you? Okay, got it.
Right.
And are we singing merry songs as we go too? Just to add to the racket?
I think
Or leaving a trail a mile wide?
Yeah. Okay. So you spend let's see. So here your speed so you drop the horses off. So now your speed is only 12 miles per day. So that took you about 4 hours to get there. All right. So it's about 3 p.m. now. You've spent the last hour searching the forest and have not found a sinkhole of evil yet.
Have we found anything else?
Nothing of interest, just the routine things you find in forests: silver birch trees, old growth cedar and oak.
Okay. And you've made the land surveying roll for this?
Are you doing land surveying or are you searching? So land surveying tells you how many layers there probably are in the hex. Searching is looking for specific points of interest. It's two different things. I assumed you were searching for a specific point of interest, but if you want to land survey the hex, you can do that instead.
I think that land surveying will let us know whether or not we're in a hex worth checking out.
Okay. I'm up for land surveying. I'm not sure what the best call is, so I'm up for it.
Yes.
I'll defer to Newton's wisdom.
The way land surveying works is you get to make an attempt upon first arriving in the hex, and then you make another attempt each time the hex is searched, actually. Oh, okay. So if you're doing that, then I will roll, because you've just arrived and now you're searching. Okay, so this is a secret roll.
Secret.
Yes, I noticed the GM makes this roll. I saw the rules.
Okay. You have not yet been able to assess the land successfully either. Okay.
So should we put an hour in?
Another hour of searching?
Is this the first hour or is this the second?
This would be the second hour.
Okay, yeah, let's go for it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So you spend another hour moving through the tangled bush and the heavy growth of this ancient forest. Your searching is to no avail. You are reminded of exactly how large 32 square miles actually is when you're on foot in a forest. And yes.
Yep.
Okay.
As we're going through, I'm sure to pick up some stones, Alex.
Yep.
And throw them in the pouch.
Okay. So you can probably search one more time if you want.
We go for it
today, and then you'll be tired. And then you'll be tired out, basically.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. All right. So your search continues fruitlessly. You do not find a sinkhole of evil here, nor have you been able to fully assess how many layers there are in this hex.
So I feel like when Alex is rolling for me, he rolls as well as me.
Absolutely, I do. I try and role play whoever I'm rolling for.
Well done.
Yeah. So, make camp, or try and force march out of the forest.
I say we make camp.
Yeah.
All right.
We're in it.
All right. There it is. Making the camps.
Fateful decision.
Okay.
We're going to build fortifications.
Okay. All right. So the night passes uneventfully. It's a relatively warm night, obviously not as hot as it was the day before. The 15th of Genethalin greets you. And today, Or sorry, not the 15th, the 25th. Yeah. All right. So the 25th greets you, and it is a warm day, mid 80s, mostly cloudy skies. So but no penalties or anything. It's perfectly comfortable travel. So do you wish to continue to try and search this hex, or do you wish to try and move into another area, another region to search?
I feel like I've almost got it, guys.
Yeah, let's keep searching this one.
Okay.
I'm just a little rusty from being laid up, that's all.
There's a lot of hexes in the Luzon Forest.
All right. So you spend from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. searching, and you've concluded you think that probably throughout the entire 31 square mile area, there's probably 6 layers here that would be potentially of interest, but you don't think any of them is a sinkhole of evil. You just haven't seen any evidence of a sinkhole of evil here.
You say 6 layers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could be caves filled with wildlife or monsters or something like that, but not necessarily. Alex, your lips are moving, but we don't hear you.
You guys don't hear me?
I hear you.
Hear you now. Now we hear you.
Oh, okay. I wasn't saying anything before, so I should. Yeah. Anyway, okay.
Well,
I suggest we move on.
We push further in.
Okay. In what direction would you guys like to go?
I recommend southeast.
Let's say south.
Or south.
South or southeast?
Yeah, right there.
There?
Yeah, that looks good.
I'm not too picky. Either one's fine with me. You see one tree, you've seen them all. No, just kidding. That's not what an explorer would say. That was explorer humor. That was explorer humor.
Trees. I don't see any trees for the forest.
Okay, so you're heading into here. Very good. Very good. Okay. So around 9 a.m.
Did you guys hear that? There's a tree falling.
Yeah, but we're there, so it doesn't answer the riddle.
I'm glad we were here first.
All right. So you guys think you've successfully traveled southeast about 6 miles. Takes you actually, I'm sorry, you've only traveled about 3 miles. And the reason for that is that the forest here becomes extremely dense and you're effectively having to hack your way forward. So you've only made it about 3 miles so far. Do you wish to keep going?
Evil things tend to be in dense areas.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going into the heart of darkness.
Oh, I hated that book.
Really? I like that book. Anyway. Okay. So you keep pressing on ahead and man, it's just rough, painful going. And it's closing in on sunset by the time you think you've gotten to an area where you should begin searching.
We have time for a search or no? No. Okay.
Well, you do if you want to force march. Otherwise,
no, we don't want to force march.
No. Okay.
Only Higlock and I can handle that.
Make camp and continue on.
Okay.
I in Discord I updated the camp rotation in case we get attacked at night, swapping out the 3 for 3.
Got it. All right. So the next day you want to start searching?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You guys smell that? It smells like victory.
I thought it smelled like napalm.
Number of things happened on the morning of the 26th. So, all right. And so as you search, you come upon a grove in the forest, and from the rich soil here sprouts a centuries-old oak tree with a great trunk over 10 feet in diameter. A hollow has formed in the tree's base, and as you approached, you saw movement as if something had slipped into the hollow and might be using it as a den.
Wait a minute. We should take care. Fell creatures in this forest.
This forest was once elven, but it's not anymore. So,
Yeah.
How big is that hollow? How far across? Wide?
Oh, it's like 8 or 9 feet across. It's quite large.
Yeah,
The tree is huge.
Yeah, don't. Some sort of woodland spirit. Stay away. Stay away.
do you recommend we avoid it, or do we recommend we investigate it?
It is not
here to find something.
Yeah, but I don't think it's undead. Whatever it is.
Well, let's ask Destria to sense evil.
There we go.
All right.
Okay.
So Destria says, Aminar, by the grace of your wisdom, reveal to me the darkness that lies within that tree. And then she says, I don't detect any evil coming from what's within.
Maybe it's just an animal.
Or someone who is hiding out from the undead.
They're pretty thick in a dense area to be doing that. I mean, it's not impossible, but
Well, they're certainly aware of our passage.
Yeah.
So maybe we should call out to them and ask them to identify themselves.
Okay. Who wants to do that?
I believe our Tony voice.
The loud voice.
Raymond's voice will carry the best.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are about 68 feet away from this tree right now. About 60 feet away is where you could see it. Okay. All right. So Raymond, what do you say?
You there who went into the tree, come out. We wish to speak with you.
Okay. So let's see what happens here. All right. So you see sort of from inside the den, there's like and you see a large shaggy face of a black bear, and it steps out of the den, and it's a female bear, and it goes
All right. Well, we've established that it is not a woodland spirit, which is. Does anyone know how to speak with animals? Or
I bet you it's a very spirited woodland creature, though. I would say let's back away.
And I would say everyone look down, don't make eye contact with the bear, and back away.
Stand tall and back slowly away.
All right, so you guys see falling back slowly. All right, so the bear goes one more time at you, then goes back down on all fours, and goes back in its den after looking back at you once suspiciously over its rotund behind.
I'm going to mark the location of that tree on the map.
Okay.
Because who knows? Someday I might want to come back and get a black bear for a friend.
That's
I was going to say, animal training will allow you to train a black bear.
It's true. Okay, so you have marked the location on the map. What would you like to do now? With your land surveying, Jonathan, so because of the density of this terrain, you think there's probably 9 layers here.
Okay.
However, you don't think any of them is a sinkhole of evil.
All right.
How about towards the southwest then?
Okay, you guys want to move there?
Yeah, do Aguilar or Griffin feel any callings in any particular direction? Does southwest sound good to them?
Griffin says, "Are you asking me?" Aguilar says, "No, he's asking me." "Well, I think we should go southwest." "Well, I do too, but I thought it before of you."
Actually, I was asking Raymond, but never mind.
Zahak, those two would make wonderful undead servants, and also they would shut up. Okay, so southwest, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe Raymond was right to begin with.
Okay. So, you guys head southwest, and okay. So as you move into the southwest, the terrain changes. It's not as dense and difficult to move through, but it's got a lot more ups and downs and ditches and gullies. And the foliage is dense enough that although you can move through it pretty easily, it's very difficult to see. So you just have a sense of being almost like enshrouded in darkness as you begin to move through this hex. So your visibility distance for encounters is halved.
Which makes our evasion that much easier, maybe.
It does make evasion easier, yes. Okay. So you have 3 hours left in which you can search if you'd like.
Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a good feeling about this, guys, or is it a bad feeling?
Okay. So, yeah. All right. So, concealed within a shadowy dale of wild ash and twisted oak that you stumble upon near sunset is the ruins of a Zaharan shrine.
Ooh.
Of the once proud marble structure, all that remains is the black colossus of some ancient warrior king standing on a stone tile floor. And there is a gaping hole puncturing the stone tiles just in front of the colossus, from which an evil miasma emanates.
Oh!
You should be able to sense evil now.
I can sense evil now.
All right. So, yeah, so Destria steps back and her face grows ashen, and she says, "Greater evil than ever I have detected. Not just evil creatures, but the land itself poisoned and blackened with darkness." And she wipes the sweat off her brow.
I recommend we back off a ways and camp for the night and go in the morning.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
Okay.
So we set some tripwires around this hole.
Mm,
I'd kind of like to know if something's coming out of it in the middle of the night.
It's true.
I think Stavinus has Scavenus has trapping. Didn't we just talk about that?
Scavenus can make a crude trap.
Yep, Scavenus can set a crude trap. Yeah.
Something that will give us some kind of an alert. Some tripwires and something that'll jangle and give notice.
Jangle.
Okay. So Scavenus sets up a tripwire with a rattle and around the hole. No problem. So that uses his ancillary activities. He's exceptionally nervous as he's doing it. You can tell he's kind of got the jitters being so close to an area with such palpable evil and foul miasmas. And all right, so you guys settle down for camp for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not right next to it.
Well, how close do you want to be? Because you need to be close enough to hear your tripwire, or otherwise it's pointless. So how close do you want to be?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Close enough to hear it, but far enough away to where we're not going to get swarmed immediately.
Okay. So assuming it is very loud, which I think is reasonable since you're deliberately creating it. So let's say it'll be the sound of like a person shouting. So you could be in the forest at night is quiet. So you will automatically hear it if you're 90 feet away. You'll have to make a listen throw to hear it if you're up to 720 feet away. Your dogs have better hearing, so they can hear it from further away if you have your dogs with you.
We do.
We do.
Yeah.
Let's go dog distance, shall we?
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so dog distance. All right, so...
So should we have whoever's on watch have dogs with them when they're on watch?
Yeah, there are. I think we have 3 dogs now. We got Herman, Harold, and Zelicus. So
yeah. Okay.
You can have one per watch.
So your dogs have very good hearing. So 180 feet away, they will automatically hear if the alarm goes off. At a distance of up to 1,440 feet, so about a quarter mile, they will need to roll 8 or higher to hear what's happening.
Should we do the 180?
Yeah, let's do the 180.
Okay.
Okay, it depends on how far away we want to be throughout the night. Quarter mile away seems a little far, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, I think 180 feet is...
Yeah.
I'm definitely sleeping in my armor tonight.
Okay. All right. So you guys have settled down then. The sun is westering, long shadows fall over the land. It's a balmy evening, so there's no particular need for a fire. You're chewing on your rations. And then as the sun sets, the dogs, all of a sudden their ears perk up and they begin to bark in the direction of the pit.
Wow. As soon as it gets dark.
Well, the good news is sounds like we haven't bedded down yet, so we're all
everybody's
we're all ready for that. I'm saying form up. Archers at the ready.
All right, so you guys form up, and you wait, and then you see overhead a black cloud of bats, and it soars past you and into the forest and hunting for insects and fruit. And the dogs rear up, ruff, 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 and your tracking hounds are pointing at the bats as they fly past and.
good boy.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean no one else came out.
Yeah.
But that is a good point.
I mean, do we want to creep forward and get an eyesight of it?
I would, if somebody's got some skulking that wants to creep forward, and just make sure that the trap is intact.
Yeah, we need to decide if we need to reset the trap or the mechanism, or if it's still ready to go for someone else.
My thought is we all go forward.
Okay.
Okay.
You all want to creep forward?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
yeah.
All right. So you all creep forward, and visibility distance, as I mentioned, is very limited. It is now nighttime in a forest. So you have to get within about 30 feet to be able to make out your trap. So you're within 30 feet of the hole. Your trap has not been disturbed by anything. The dogs just heard the big flock of bats flying.
Okay.
Or it was disturbed by something that reset your trap.
Ooh, leave it to Alex to give us the stuff of nightmares.
Yep.
Yes. All right. So I assume guard shifts on and everything for the night?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You spend an uneasy 8 hours of anxiety and nervousness. And it's like as the wind blows, it's as if you can almost feel the miasma from that sinkhole of evil sweeping over towards you. You've never been happier to see the sun rise in the east than you are on the morning of the 27th.
That's right. Prayer time.
Right.
All right, we need to gather. All right, priest. We have a priestess. We have a blade dancer. We have a cleric, and we got a paladin. All right.
Yep.
And then we've got some magic weapons.
Yep.
Okay. And we got some magic guys. Well, we only got one mage.
We have spears, but no magic helmet.
Spear and magic helmet.
Spear and magic helmet. Awesome. Okay, well let's pause there. It seems reckless to start a dungeon delve at 10 minutes after midnight.
Perfect.
Okay, guys,
That's
brilliant. All right,
Awesome.
good session. Good session. That was good fun.
Always fun when it's a henchman hire.
Yeah, henchman days are good days.
I can't believe you rolled double ones on the moment when your first recruit, so you had a penalty on every other recruitment. That was just hilarious.
Wow.
You just can't make that up. You know, the dice genuinely hate the Grey Brotherhood sometimes.
Yes, they do. But then we got that was it? I think we got double boxcars on one of the recruitments.
You did on the heavy paladin. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did okay. You got some good characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to beat up that guy inside the house.
Suad ibn Suad.
Well, no, because when we go back to Sidanos, we're going to be loaded with loot, and his buddies that we signed up are going to be like, hey, look at us. And he's going to be like, oh.
Right. That's right. He'll be all.
I do smell like a horse's behind, but look at all this gold I have.
Exactly. Okay. Well, everybody's got their proficiencies picked and everything, and spells and all of that. So, cool. Good times. I'm really looking forward to the Fetid Pit Delve. It's one of my favorite dungeons in the Borderlands. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, my friends. Great seeing you all.
Good night, gentlemen.
See you guys.
Good night.
Right.
Bye.